Many people were shocked when they looked at this. Sorry, I was going to giggle. But many people were shocked when they saw this brass phallic symbol, a big sausage. A big sausage. I think it was in Boston, and it was a mockery to one of the greatest black family ever in America. But what did the woke did? They turned it into a black phallic, nothing more than a dirty piece of sausage. The whole of black civil rights, the whole of black pain, and the best that this woke agenda could do was come out with a, oh, it makes you angry, right? If you ever saw that chef, Ainsley Harriott, okay? He was a professional black chef. When he first went onto TV, he was serious, and the producers told him to sexualize his food so that this black man would cease being a professional and become a laughing stock. And all these middle classes and university students would tune in to see Ainsley Harriott turning his food into a sexual phallic. So the sausages, it became a black sausage. It ceased being a food. Okay. Okay, so they sexualize black men. But what's interesting is that the statue that was, this term they used, erected in Boston, this wasn't done during Donald Trump's reign. This wasn't done during President Bush. This wasn't done during Ronald Reagan. This was done during a time when Democrats and liberals are in power. This is the best tokenism that they could give to you, is to turn your greatest hero and turn him into a sausage. It proves how they see us, even with their progressive consciousness. They can't get away with sexualizing black people. And I'm not surprised, because when you look at the history of these liberals, you look at the history of the Democrats, and you begin to realize the kingdom. That's in you. By their fruits you shall know them. You can escape your past, but you can't escape your root. And when you look at their root and what they were about, they're not about black people. They're about a sexual revolution of white empowerment. We were only a footnote. We were only, extra baggage that they had to carry in order to empower white homosexuals and white gays and white feminism. So while they're pretending that they were on the side of the blacks, they still sexualized us. That unconscious racial stereotype was still burning inside their cave being. The people in the 60s and 70s, they got no hope. Forget them. It's the next generation of white people who are watching this, and they see a big phallic of a black hero, and they're thinking, why is that? And they continue with that racist stereotype. They know the damage that they're doing. They know what they're doing. They're planting that seed. They're planting that seed of chaos and racist stereotype, that mental weapon of mass destruction. They know what they're doing. But to put Martin Luther King, our hero, they love to quote Martin Luther King. He wants to bring the races together. He wants to bring love together. They hated Malcolm X. They hated him. They hated Khalid Muhammad. They hated Khalid Muhammad. They hated them. But Martin Luther King, he's our hero. I have a dream. And this is what they've done to I Have a Dream. They turned I Have a Dream into a big dick. You know, Dr. Henry Clark says, we have no friends. They only use us to get what they want. We have no friends. And I'm going to make further videos to show this proof. We are only exploiters, a means to an end. And when that cave nature, when that truth comes out, you see it in the manifestation of through their artwork. I'd like to know who did the artwork. I'd like to know. And most of all, I'd like to know whether Kanye West and Candace Owen find it racist. I'd love to know, because everybody will say it's pornographic. No matter what angle you look at it, it was nasty, it was vile. In other words, hide your children, hide your cousins, hide your nieces and nephews. Put a blanket over their face like Michael Jackson to his kids. Because it's horrible and horrific. You look at it, and if you told me you don't see a sausage, you're lying to me. If you don't tell me that you don't see a black sausage, you're lying to me. You're playing games. A big, massive... You know something? Forget going on porno site. You must have gone to Boston. Free! You must have got to Boston and get a good look. I did have a drink after all this. These woke progressives, they mock black people. They're not interested in black cause. This is the most derogatory and degrading thing that you can do to a human being. That's what they did in Africa. Chop your penis off. Chop your penis and put it in a zoo for everyone to prod and poke and look at it and stalk it. And this was happening now. They took a black man's phallic, a black leader, the greatest African-American family that ever lived, and they turned it into nothing more than a phallic symbol, almost like a white pagan ritual. You know, and what's about it is, it doesn't shock me at all. Don't shock me. In fact, I expect worse. What shocks me is how black people are shocked. We love pain. So I don't know what we're acting shocked for. We love pain. Which another video I want to make regarding black sitter. You know, a lot of black people decided I've had enough. My next video is going to be shocking. It's to do with chemtrails and 5Gs. You know, why black people are leaving. You know, so you want to make sure you subscribe, because it's going to get hot and steamy and heavy.